All right, guys, KUAM Pigskin Pick'ems. We are live now, and we're a quarter of the way through this NFL season already. Time's going by quickly, but we're here to talk about last week. Quickly, we don't want to talk too much about that. And then look forward to some of the games we have coming up. We got Jason Salas, Ken Nicholas, Mariah, and myself, Andy Wheeler. Real quick before we get to the games and all that, we do have our winners for the week, Ken.
Yeah, sure. It was a tough week all around.
Yeah.
Week 3, a lot of upsets. But KJYP Kim was our week 3 winner. He got 11 games correct.
Wow. And on any other week, that's like, okay, you're up there, but this week, that's a lot.
Yeah, because so many people went for the Raiders, not the Redskins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough week. I know that wasn't the only difficult game to call, but please come into the studio, pick up your prize. We also have a random prize for another top 20 participant, Lawrence Terlahi. It goes by the name Blanco. And he's always up there.
Yeah, he's been doing well so far.
Yeah, come by, pick up your prize. And shout outs to my friend Dino Sewani, who got 4th this week.
Nice. Way to go, Dino. I know Dino. Yeah. You know, Ken's like admin on this thing, so Dino, watch yourself. He can remove you at any time. So let's look back real quickly. This was a rough week for me. I went 8-8. I only picked 8 right. I got the Dolphins-Jets wrong. Who knew the Jets would win a game this season?
Yeah. I got that one wrong too.
What'd you get? How many did you get right, Jason?
I got 6.
Did you pick?
I did not do well. Yeah.
Wow. This week? You did?
Yeah. And I did not. I might as well have said, I forgot. That would have been more noble than to actually share how I really did.
Your name is up on the address bar when we go to the website, Jason, so you can't forget. It redirects to Jason's whatever web portal internet home he has. I don't even know.
And don't think I'm not getting mentioned on Twitter about that.
Really?
Hashtag lame picks.
Yeah, so some of the picks, a lot of upsets, some really good games came down to the wire, overtime games, really good week of football, but not for picks.
We know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Certain teams had last-second victories.
The Packers with their overtime win. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, sure. A certain team in the Massachusetts area, A
certain farm animal, a goat, Tom Brady. I mean, what a drive. Okay, yes, I'm a Patriots fan, but when you look at it, dude's 40 years old, and for us, that's not even that old. But in the NFL, that is ancient.
Yeah, that's like grandfather time.
Their defense is crap this year. They're really not good. Dante Hightower being injured, a lot of other issues in the secondary. They're not playing well, but to be able to pull off that win against, look out for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And that Texans defense, they were getting after it.
But he had a really, really good game stats-wise. If you guys are playing fantasy, by the way, kind of going off tangent, you guys made points off of Deshaun Watson, but not as many as you got off of Tom Brady. 0 picks, 5 scores.
Yep. I do not play fantasy because you have to be smart to do that, and not. So, let's look at some of the other ones here. Steelers-Bears. Talk about that upset.
Yeah, that was weird.
The Bears coming into the season, nobody was sure what they're going to do. They got, Josh McCown. Is that their guy? Or is it Glennon? Mike Glennon. He's their guy.
The really, really funny meme. We're not going to get into the whole geopolitics thing of, who knelt and who, stayed in the tunnel and everything like that. But a lot of people were sharing this one meme. It was hilarious on Instagram. They're saying Pittsburgh actually stayed inside the tunnel, didn't go out in the field, and when the game started, they were still in the tunnel.
Yeah,
they never showed up.
No kidding. So the Bears, not looking like a good team, but they played Pittsburgh well. Their running game is what did it. Didn't have a whole lot through the air. Some other ones here. The Raiders. Let's talk about the Raiders being shut down by the Redskins. If it weren't for a muffed punt, the Raiders would not have scored that touchdown, I don't think. They just did not get it going. I think the Raiders offense had a total of 120 yards offense.
Yep.
Redskins defense showed up, and Kirk Cousins, he's been in that discussion like, hey, watch out for him. He's good. He can play. They've got a good team. That defense this year is really stepping up. So I didn't see that upset coming. The Raiders, of course, were projected to be one of the best in the AFC, but look out for that NFC West. Pretty tough division.
Really, really good comment right now on the Facebook live stream by Ram San Miguel Garcia saying, in all caps, by the way, any given Sunday, which is absolutely true because Michael Crabtree the week before, 3 touchdowns, looked like one of the best receivers in the league. Last week, only 1 catch going up against Josh Norman.
Yeah, and I've been telling Mariah, everybody, any team they can be, on paper, the worst team in the league going up against a Super Bowl contender. Anything can happen. It's football. Crazy things happen, and teams get upset. I mean, looking at the the Steelers getting upset in Chicago, the Raiders, like I said. Who else? Of course, the Jets winning a game. Nobody saw that one coming. Let's talk about a good one that was on last week. I honestly did not think this was going to be a shootout, but the Rams 49ers, that was a good game.
Yeah.
It wasn't clean. It wasn't technical. There's a lot of film study that needs to go on, but having to be the highest scoring Thursday night game in that show's history is pretty crazy.
Okay, and we were talking about Jared Goff, if not last week, then 2 weeks ago, guys, and we were like, okay, how's he going to do? The kid can play.
Yeah.
He belongs now.
Yeah, and the Niners, they're rebuilding, but it looks like they're kind of turning, the squad is looking like it's starting to play like they've got something to play for. And, I mean, are they going to go to the playoffs? Probably not, but you can see that it's starting to come together. I think Shanahan there, in another couple years, he's going to have that team definitely where he wants. So all you Niners fans out there is hope. Keep hope alive.
And there is hope because it can actually the probability split between the Niners actually go to Arizona and they're taking on the Cardinals this week, you guys. A lot of the Niner faithful still supporting their guys.
Yeah, that's Dave, me, and Joey.
Never pick against your team.
But double-digit fans actually supporting the 49ers. So, if you're a true fan, you stick with your team, sink or swim.
Any given Sunday, anything can happen.
And if you're like Andy, we've basically got to be subjected to bragging about 5 rings in the last 12 years.
Yeah. So, last week I went 8-8. We're just going to forget that and move right along. And I thought I would plummet in the standings. But it seems like everybody kind of had a rough week. So I did move up a little bit, which I know you guys don't care that I moved up, and that I'm going to eventually win the competition.
Hashtag humble brag.
Humble brag, just a little bit. But let's go ahead and move on to this coming week. We've got a few games on KUAM. Jace, what do we got?
Okay, we have the NFL's oldest rivalry, guys. The Bears and the Packers, 2 classic Midwest cities. These guys have been going at it forever in the NFL. 7% of the people are going to stay with the Bears. But the Packers obviously heavily favored. Lambeau is still a nightmare of a place to play if you're visiting.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like the Pack, they've kind of got away with games at the last minute the past few games, right?
Yeah, I mean, they barely beat Cincinnati in overtime. Okay,
nice choice
a
of
win's
words.
a win. Got it. They do have issues on the offensive line. Their 2 tackles are out. Jordy Nelson still with the quad injury. They've got some other issues, so they're not that high-powered offense that can protect Aaron Rodgers that they should be. So there's the division rivalries and the oldest rivalry, like you said, in sport, in NFL. Definitely look for it to be a game. Mm-hmm. It's not just going to be, Green Bay is just going to walk away with it. It's going to be a game. Any team, regardless of your record, when you're playing your division rival, you're going to step up.
Now, as to the savant of our team right here, so Mariah, who are you picking? Because these are 2 very, very good-looking quarterbacks.
I don't know.
Who would you swipe right on if you basically had your choice between Aaron Rodgers or Mitch Trubisky?
I don't know how they look like.
Okay, we need to Google that.
She's going for the Packers because of that 70s show. They were Packers fans.
You're just going to roll with that? Hey, there you go.
However you make your picks, she's still in the 30s.
Yeah, that's higher than me.
That's 3 times where my ranking is.
So Ken, just rethink how you're doing things.
I'm on Snapchat going through the thing of like in your horoscope and everything. I'm trying everything right now.
Yeah,
I'm lighting incense at my house to get my picks, and nothing is working.
Well, yeah, some people I'm like, these guys were a dynasty for so long, but this year is totally.
Speaking of picks, we had a guy who didn't really make all his picks last.
Chris for 2 weeks has not made his picks, so I think he's just bowing out. Is that a forfeit? Like we can't field enough players, we're just going to forfeit. So in that game,
the ambulance didn't show up for the DOE game, so
I do have the Packers in that game. Some other games here. The Titans looking pretty good this year.
So pick the Texans.
Still got the Texans. I got the Texans there. I think with Deshaun Watson, it's going to be his, second or third start in the league. I think he's starting to get it. Bill O'Brien is adjusting the offense to him. That defense, you've got Clowney, you've got J.J. Watt. I think they're going to get after with a quarterback. So look out for Mariota's going to be doing a lot of running in that game. Another one, Jaguars Jets. I got the Jags. Look out for Jacksonville in that defense. They smoked Baltimore in London, 44-7. So Jacksonville, no joke. There was a lot of talk in the offseason. Bortles, he's done. Who's their next guy? Heckenberg or whoever. But they do have some injuries on receiver, but that defense is getting it done. So,
and historically, Blake Bortles actually plays better overseas as an NFL pro.
Jacksonville,
when he's in the U.S. mainland, he stinks. But apparently in London, it must be the fish and chips or something. But
they're going to be the London Jaguars pretty soon. But then you have to pronounce it Jaguars. Panthers, Patriots. Of course, I'm going with the Patriots. Anybody else going with the Panthers? Who are you going with?
11% of the people,
Patriots.
apparently.
All right. Yeah, 11%. You know, like I said, anything Cam Newton and the way that he can run and get outside the pocket, the Patriots' defense is not looking good this year, so they could definitely make some things happen.
I'm still early. See, it's only week 4, so
Yeah.
Still a lot of time left.
yeah.
Cam has got interception-itis this season, though.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years removed as the NFL MVP, and he does not look good.
No, that injury, the shoulder surgery, it's got to affect him. It just doesn't have maybe the mustard to put on it, and I think, maybe that's causing a little bit of issues.
Maybe there is the irony because maybe he's concentrating too much on looking good for the post-game press conference than looking good on the field in terms of quality of play.
When you wear a suit like that, you better come up and score 40 points. Another one we have on KUAM, we got another division rivalry, the Lions-Vikings. I picked the Vikings, but I know the Lions just dropped their first game. They're looking good.
That's my team this year.
That's the team you're riding until
I'm going to go with those guys. And even though Detroit's going on the road to play in that brand new stadium in the Twin Cities, our fans are actually favoring the Lions.
Yeah, it's pretty close, 52 to 48%. A lot of games.
Is Bradford playing, though? I think that's key. Because who's their backup?
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
Our stat guy.
NCAA all-time passing leader.
Yeah. Another division rivalry, Steelers-Ravens. I got the Steelers on that one.
That is never a cakewalk.
Yeah. I think Steelers, okay, they dropped one to Chicago. I still think they're one of the top 2-3 teams in the AFC, so look for them to get it going, get all their weapons. They got Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben Roethlisberger. That right there is a championship formula.
It's hard to say Joe Flacco has. I mean, technically, he's got like weapons and everything like that. He really doesn't have anybody like truly stand out, like next level receivers and everything like that.
He's not playing all that well this year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people's like, okay, he's 6'5", 6'6", whatever he is. He can see like over the line, but his frame has really been his detriment the last couple seasons because I mean, he's never been mobile. The pocket breaks down and he goes down.
He's got quite a long ball too. I mean, he can toss it downfield. He's got a good arm, but I think in that one, I think the Steelers are just going to get after him and wreak havoc in his backfield. What else we got? What other games we're looking at? Another division rivalry: Raiders-Broncos. After the stinker that the Raiders dropped in DC. I think the Broncos are going to take cues from the Redskins defense and really get after it and shut them down just like the Skins did.
You fangirled about 2 seconds ago and everything like that. Who are you for in this game?
Broncos.
All right.
Because Trevor Siemian is a good-looking guy, okay?
He went to Northwestern. Did you know that? Really, really good school.
Yeah, I think we've heard that.
He's got brains, too.
Dude is a scholar. Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Some kind of a scholar.
Northwestern.
Yeah. SAT score and QBR off the charts.
Nice. And then we got another one on KUAM. This is the Sunday night game, Colts Seahawks. A few years ago, this would have been a pretty good matchup, but Andrew Luck's still not playing, and the Colts do not look good this year. Seattle's still having their issues, though. Seattle's definitely got issues with the offense. Their offensive line, not so hot. Even their front line on the defense, not really playing up to what they could. Secondary, of course, Richard Sherman back there, they're going to do their thing. You got Cam Chancellor, you got those guys. They're going to be fine. But Seattle looking to really get it going, and I think welcoming the Colts into Seattle, I think is going to, I don't want to say easy for them, but I think that Seattle's going to run away with this one.
Yeah. Looks like a good situation.
What are the numbers?
90%, 89% going for Seattle. So
Wow.
Seattle
You got
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, I picked the Seattle as well. Another one here, Chiefs, undefeated. One of 2 undefeated teams in the league,
Right
Kansas
now?
City. Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Redskins, 2 teams that, of course, everybody wants to change their name because
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offensive names, and the Chiefs are a very, very offensively minded team.
You know what? Their rookie, Kareem Hunt, look out. Kareem Hunt is setting records for rookies, and they are riding him. So I think he is going to have a good season. Alex Smith, again, he can play. Always got accused of being just a manager, just a game. Okay, whatever. He can still play, and they're showing it this year. So I think the Chiefs are going to get the win. It's in Kansas City. So I got them in that one.
That is a loud stadium, Arrowhead.
Most people have the Chiefs, but I don't think you can really count Washington.
No, you can't.
Like,
after how they played against the Raiders?
Yeah, but I mean,
well, apparently, according to our numbers,
guys,
guys, what was it? Only 8% of the people picked the Redskins as good as they looked on Monday night.
Yeah,
I mean that defense was really, really sharp. And Kirk Cousins is not. I mean, everybody says, okay, well, he got this huge contract. You know, he's overpaid.
Franchise tag.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is a leader.
He's getting it done, and their defense is getting it done too.
But it is in Kansas City.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
good barbecue there, and we know a thing or two about that.
After this week, I need to make some moves. I need to get a lot of wins, and hopefully you guys had a much better week than I did, and we're looking forward to it. Again, it's KUAM Pigskin Pick'ems. If you haven't signed up, you still can, because even if you make your picks for this week, you'll still be doing better than Chris, because he just doesn't make his picks. And you can still win prizes. Like we said, we have a random prize every week, as well as our top finisher for the week gets a prize. Anything else you guys want to add?
I am adopting a new tactic this week, gentlemen and lady. I'm just basically going to Mariah's page, highlight all, copy, paste.
Done. However you make your picks, do it. It's absolutely free. There's no fantasy points or anything like that. Just pick the teams you think you'll win, and watch us experts. We're not really experts. We get them wrong.
We line up at Payless for vitamin water just like you guys.
And remember, every Wednesday we go live here on Facebook at 11 o'clock. So tune in, give us your thoughts and whatnot, and just have fun with it. KUAM Pigskin Pick'ems. That's Jason Salas, Kenson Nicholas, Mariah, and I'm Andy. We'll see you guys next week.